Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about passwords, more about passwords. Yes, one day we will get sick of talking about passwords. Topic number 341, just to bring this all into perspective. We're going to talk about passwords and protecting our business and why it's so important that we do some of these things. We need to make sure that our team, ourselves, everyone is using a strong password. Strong passwords, they're not going to stop a password being guessed. They're not going to stop a password getting hacked. It will slow down the amount of time, it will increase the amount of time it takes someone to be able to guess or determine that password. That's why they're important. It's no use saying password anymore, right? People, that's the first thing people try. There are a number of words and combinations that hackers will try straight out of the gate to hack your account. They have scripts, they have programs written that have all of these words in a file, and they go, or in a database, and they go, just try this. Every 30 seconds, try a new one, or every couple of seconds, try a new one, try a new one, try a new one, try a new one. Okay, we've exhausted all of those. Now we're going to go through the algorithm generators that try, and they just, honestly, they just go through combinations of letters and symbols and numbers until they find the password, generally. Okay, now sometimes they get bored and they move on, and I can cover that in a later one, but having a strong password is going to increase the amount of time it takes for someone to find your password, and hopefully they get bored and go and try someone else's password or do something else after a bit of time. So that's why we want a strong password. I'm not sure if that actually landed the way I want it to. If it hasn't, let me know and I'll try that one again. But we need strong passwords. A strong password is not just a long password. It's not even a long password. I absolutely hate when I go to a site and they say you need an 18-digit word that's got X number of characters and Y number of symbols, and it can't have repeating characters in it, so you can't use the same character twice, let alone next to each other. You can't use the same character twice in the password. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. It's actually worse in many cases because you have to keep resetting your password because you forget what it is. Even using a password manager, it still becomes a problem. So I really hate it when those kind of policies are put in place. To me, that's more performative than it is useful. It's, we're showing a veneer of doing the right thing. You're not. You're just making it difficult for everyone, and you're not actually achieving anything. That doesn't mean to say that a long password isn't more secure than a short password. Look, the general recommendation is between 10 and 12 characters. I don't have any problem with that. It should include symbols, should include numbers, it should include uppercase letters as well. So a mix of those. What I like to do as a person when I set a password is not just use a random assortment of letters, numbers, symbols, uppercase and lowercase from my keyboard. I like to use passphrases. I'm just trying to think of one that isn't going to get me into too much trouble. I don't know. Stars, What's a good passphrase I can use that isn't going to give away too much? Stars, pavement, 34, hatch, apples. Okay. Stars, pavement, 34, hatch, apples. I just made that up out of my own head, right? You saw me do it. I can remember stars. I can remember pavement. I can remember apples. I know what I've capitalized in that because I capitalized it in my head as I was going through. I'm not going to tell you what I capitalized, but I've capitalized that in my head as I've gone through. 34 hatch. It's that was random. I know that I've put it between the first, the second and the third letter word. And that is randomized. But that's a bit easier for me to remember than HJPLAWCMN underscore caret, whatever. Stars, pavement, 34. Stars, pavement, 34, hatch, apple. There you go. I haven't written it down. I just made it. I'm remembering it. No, I'm not going to use that one. But that's what I mean by a passphrase. So it's long. It's got a mix of upper and lowercase letters. It's got numbers and it's got symbols in it. I can remember it. It means something. It starts to stick. So yeah, absolutely use passphrases. But when you're looking at strong passwords, 12 characters, 10 to 12 characters minimum, symbols, numbers, upper and lowercase letters. Now, what do you do to remember all of your passwords? Because if I was just to go through it, I have my accounting system. I have 2 email accounts that I log into every day. I have my website. I have my Google account. I have an M365 account. I've got at least 8 or 9 accounts that I log into every day. And every day they come back and they say, you need to verify who you are. You need to enter your password again. That's 9 different passwords I should have. It's 9 different passwords I need to remember on a daily basis. Yeah, I might remember them until I change them because, you've got to change them regularly. Then I've got to remember them again. So how do I do that? I use password management tools. They're fantastic. I absolutely do not recommend that you use the password manager in your browsers or on your phone. Don't use them. I've got no scientific data to back this up. I just feel that you are asking for trouble by using them, and there are far better tools out there that are going to give you better results, and you don't have to, and you're not worried about the fact that this is a free tool that you're using. The browser is free. Someone else is using it, even if it's encrypted. I just don't trust it. So password managers, there's 2 that I actually use and recommend. I love them. I've used a password manager for years and it has saved me so many times. I use Zoho Vault and I use RoboForm. Yes, I pay for them. I think Zoho Vault has a free version. RoboForm is paid. I have paid for RoboForm for years. It was one of the first ones I found and I loved it. I looked at a lot of the others that people recommend. Oh, there's a free version. Yes, there are. There was a big name one, I'm not going to name it, that has been hacked so many times in the last 3 years that I don't trust it. I actually went and deleted my account. I was so uncertain that they had it right that I deleted my account. But password managers are great. The benefit of a password manager is not only does it save your username and password, you can set it up so that when you go to the website, you've got it running as a browser extension. It recognizes the website. It offers to log you in, offers to enter your username and password for you. You can do that. I like it because I can use it across all of my devices. The ones that I've got, I can use across all of my devices. I have one set of passwords to remember. I can use it across all of my devices. And if it doesn't automatically log me in, I can actually go and physically look at the username and password and manually enter it if I need to. It is they will save you so much time, energy, money, and stress. And then when you change your password, it will detect that you've changed your password and say, do you want me to update it? You say yes. And if it doesn't, you do need to go in and change it, but you change it in one place and it changes it across all of your devices. It works perfectly. Password management tools, I think, are an absolute requirement for businesses these days. And I really, really strongly recommend that you don't use the one that comes built in on your phone, and you don't use the one that is on your browser. Go and get something good. Do your research. I've given you two to look at. Do your research. Make sure you're comfortable with them, but get yourself a password manager. It's going to save you so much time. The other thing these tools do is they can create passwords for you. So if you don't want to do what I just did and make up a passphrase, and you just need a random set of 12 characters, symbols, numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters, you can say, I want 12, and you can include symbols or don't include symbols, whatever. Tick the boxes. Give me a password. That's the password. Plug it in. Done. It will generate the password for you, randomized. So password management tools are absolutely important in helping you remember these strong passwords that you've got to set up. As a business owner, you really need to consider what your password policy is for yourself and for your team. And I'm going to say it should be the same across the board. Whatever you put in for your team, you should be following yourself. Things like mandatory password changes every 90 days, banning the reuse of old passwords, the minimum number of characters, whether it has to be characters, symbols, numbers, upper and lowercase. All of those things are things that you need to think about within your password policy. You need to have that written down. You need to communicate that to your team members, to your staff, to whoever it is that is using these passwords, that has to set a password within your business. And as I said, make sure that it's the same password for you as it is for them. Now that can then flow on to some of the systems that we use, like Google, like Microsoft 365, like Zoho. You can actually set that password policy within the systems themselves. You can go into the security area, you say, enter my password policy, and have it say, I want my staff to change their password every 90 days, and it will pop up and it'll say, you must change your password. You cannot go past this until you change your password. You can say, don't reuse old passwords. All of those things that you can actually have that reflected in the technology and in the tools that you're using as well. So the idea of having a strong password is that honestly, it takes longer to hack. Pretty much is the main reason you want it. And by taking longer to hack, you may be encouraging whoever it is trying to hack you to go off and do something else, because they get bored. It's going to take me too long. I'll go find something easier to do. I'm going to find another system that's easier to hack. Terrible thing to say, but there it is. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. How do you find managing your passwords? How many of you, hands up, be honest, hate it when you have to change your password? I don't want to know how many of you haven't changed your password in years. I really don't want to know. But I want you to think about that one for yourselves and think about whether it's time to change your password. Let me know what's worked, what hasn't worked, what do you love, what do you hate, all of those things. Comments below wherever you are watching or listening to this video. If you can remember to like the video, I would love that. Thank you. Also remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. Come across and join me in my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. You can join the conversation there. You can send me a DM on any of our social media channels. I will respond to you, I promise. Apart from that, guys, have a really safe day, and I will see you tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about ransomware attacks and how you might be able to protect your business from it. Bye, guys. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.